Today, I'm going to show you how to sign your first SMMA client in the next 7 days using my new killer offer and outreach methods. And this method is perfect for beginners because it's exactly what I used back when I started a year ago to sign my first 5 clients in my first week. So in this video, I'm going to give you my exact no-brainer offers, my exact outreach scripts and templates, including cold calling, cold email, SMS, and DMs. And I'm going to give you my exact sales script and process so you can go and land your first client within 7 days after watching this video. So let's dive in. So I'm going to go through this entire Miro board. It's absolutely crazy. If you want this exact thing, have any questions, DM me on Instagram. But basically, starting out, just to show you that this actually works, this is Sam right here, who actually, he's going to do about 3.5, 4, 5K this month. Literally, he started like 3 weeks ago. He didn't make a single dollar online, and dude, he's just killing it because he's following this same exact stuff I'm going to go through in this video. So number one, we have the offer, we have attention, and we have conversion. So these are the 3 things that you need. I like to keep it super simple. Business at its core is simple. So stop overcomplicating it. And I want to make sure this is the only video you're going to need. And then you don't need to go watch any of these other gurus videos and think about, am I doing the right thing, or actually what to go and say? Because I'm literally going to walk you through everything. So number one, offer. You want to have a low risk, no-brainer offer. Now I'm going to go through like Hormozi's value equation and stuff, but the offer that you're going to have in the beginning stage to get your first client is going to be a different offer than what someone like me will do, right? After you have case studies and stuff, but it's going to be a different offer, maybe unique compared to what you've seen out there. We need to get attention. So we need to tell people about our offer. We could have the best offer in the world, but if nobody knows about it, then we're not going to be able to sell anything, because the 3 stages, we need to book appointments, close appointments, and deliver results. This video is focused on acquisition. And then lastly, conversion. So actually selling them. We need to make it unreasonable for them not to move forward. So with the offer, I'm going to show you the exact offers to make. I'm going to show you the best way to get attention, actually my exact outreach scripts for cold call, cold email, DMs, and SMS, and then also my entire sales process for beginners, simplifying it for you. So starting off with the offer. So this is Hormozi's value equation right here. You've probably seen this. If you haven't, then this is going to be valuable for you. So basically what it is dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement. So how realistic is it for them to get the result? How confident are they that they feel like they're going to get the result? Divided by time delay. So how long does it take? And what's the effort and sacrifice? And if you want as low on the bottom, and then you want as high on the top. So the closer you can get them to the dream outcome, which is an example, is like getting a new client. That's the dream outcome, making $100,000. The perceived likelihood of achievement, which this is going to be low as a beginner, because the perceived likelihood that you get them the result is going to be very low because you've never done it before. And the client and the potential client knows that. That's why we need to make a more of a unique offer for a beginner. And that's where the problem is. You're probably wondering, how can I make a crazy offer like this if you've never done this for anyone before? And just know that, number one, this is totally normal that you feel this way. A lot of guys reach out to me and ask me, like, no, I've never gotten results for a client before. I don't have any confidence in my service delivery. And the thing I say is, like, that's completely normal. Everyone starts from square one. Literally everyone on this earth starts in the exact same place. Obviously, besides if you're like born into royalty or something. But I'm talking 99.99999% of people. Everyone starts with nothing. I started with nothing a year ago. And I just follow this framework and made it work because it's proven. And you need to, the way around it is you need to differentiate yourself, especially in today's day and age when so many people are running an SMMA AI agency, reaching out to these businesses, freelance brand scaling. The only way to make it work is by standing out and differentiating yourself. The good thing is, with all of this saturation in the market, I hate that term, but with all these people reaching out to these businesses, the bar is not very high because everyone's using the same exact copy and paste templates from these like gurus or people that they see, and everyone sounds the exact same. So we need to sound different and differentiate ourselves. And that's exactly what I did to scale my agency, was differentiation. So this is where, again, we need to get creative. This is a big term. This is how the only way you're going to scale an agency in 2025, 2026 and beyond. So what do business owners want? Again, this is the dream outcome. What's the desired outcome for them? They want more clients with as little risk as possible. That's at as simple as possible. They want more clients and they want as little risk. If you can just guarantee them clients, then that makes it a no-brainer for them. But so here are the best offers in the market. These aren't for beginners, but I'm going to show you just the best overall offers in the market right now, something you've probably seen. So we either have a lead guarantee. So, hey, we'll guarantee you 45 leads in 30 days or you don't pay. Appointment guarantee. We'll guarantee you 15 appointments in 45 days or you don't pay. And then a client guarantee. We'll guarantee you 3 jobs in the next 30 days or you don't pay. Right? These are all really good offers right now, all very proven. But the thing is, with these, why would a business owner want to pay you $3K up front if you have no experience? Because with all these, what you're doing is you're charging them, hey, it's $3,000 up front, but if you don't get 45 leads, then we refund you the $3K. Or hey, if you don't get 15 appointments, we refund you the $4K. And as an example. But the thing is, like, why would they pay you all this money if you have no experience? I know a lot of these people on YouTube are telling you you need to go and you can start going and charging 3K, 5K up front, just have a really good guarantee. But the thing is, the perceived likelihood that you get them the result is so low that even if you have a crazy no-brainer guarantee, number one, they've seen it before because everyone's read Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book. So you need to stand out. You actually need to get even more creative with it, make it even more of a no-brainer. Because even if you have a crazy guarantee, the market is a lot more sophisticated where they're not going to fall for some crazy guarantee. Even something like, hey, you don't pay and we'll give you $1,000. It's like, that just seems too good to be true. Nobody actually goes through with that. So we need to get more creative. So basically we reverse engineer it. So dream outcome is they want more clients or appointments. The perceived likelihood of achievement for us, because we're a beginner with no clients, is none. So we remove all the risk, or at least 99% of the risk. And I'm not talking a free trial you're going to see. Time delay is in X time frame, so in 30 days. So make it as quick as possible. The shorter, the better. So ideally 30 days or less, especially as a beginner, because we want to make sure that they're seeing the results quick, and also they're not locked into a 6-month agreement because they're like, how do I know this would work for 6 months? I don't want to be stuck 6 months with you. So ideally 30 days, 60 days max. Like that's as high as we would go. And also effort and sacrifice. We want to keep it super, super low barrier to entry for them. Make it super easy for them where they don't really have to put much effort into it. So we'll just say, hey, I'll actually call the leads for you and book them in your calendar. And this was the exact offer or kind of model structure I used to get my first clients, my first paying clients. So here's the 2 killer offers for beginners. Number 1 is a free trial plus deposit. And you notice I say free trial plus a deposit though. So what a lot of people do is they're going to go out and just a simple free trial. Hey, I'll run your ads for 30 days. And if you like it, we'll continue. If not, no worries. Well, the thing is with that, and if you've tried those free trials before, maybe some of you have tried them, a lot of times you end up getting a commitment. The client says, yeah, well, let's go ahead with it. But the thing is, the chances of them actually showing up to the onboarding call, going through with it, are extremely low because they end up talking themselves out of it because they don't actually have any skin in the game. As they think about it, they're like, oh yeah, it's probably, he's just a beginner. He's not gonna, it doesn't make sense for me. They talk themselves out of it. So you go through all the work to close them on a free trial. You do the outreach, but you end up never hearing from them because they have no commitment. So we get a little deposit, even if it's something as small as $50. $50 is gonna get you so much further because if someone actually takes the action and go and give you money, even if it's $50, $100, right? It doesn't really matter. Obviously, the more the better. But we want to make it seem really, really small. Like, hey, this is just a commitment fee, and that's how you position it. It's just to make sure, and you can say, because I've got ghosted before by people where they say they're 100% good to go. I end up never hearing from them again because there's no commitment. So this is just to make sure that I have your commitment and you're 100% good to go. You can even say, hey, and after the 30 days, after the trial, if you're not happy, I'll just refund the $50. It's not a big deal, but you need to get some sort of commitment. And with this, it removes about 95% of the risk. Obviously, we have this tiny deposit, but we're basically still removing all the risk, but it's way better than a free trial because we're getting that commitment and that buy-in from the client. And some of you guys are asking, I know beginners are asking, hey, should I pay their ad spend? Short answer, no. Client always pays their ad spend. So this is on top of the ad spend. All this is on top of ad spend. Now, the other offer is you can do deposit plus a pay per appointment, which I like. Notice I didn't say pay per deal. You can do that as well, but the only thing is you're probably not going to get paid initially because number one, it's hard to track when they close a deal, right? They need to be transparent and stuff, but also it's like it takes a lot longer. So a simple thing to do is have a deposit. So let's say maybe, and this would be more than like $50. Usually for this, we do like $300 is what I did when I started out. We do like $300 up front, and then we'll do maybe $100 per appointment, right? So basically they're paying us $300 up front and then $100 per qualified appointment. Now you just need to make sure that you're both on the same page with what an appointment is. But the way to sell this is you break it down because some of them might be like, oh, I don't want to pay per appointments, pay per appointment. I want jobs. You go and show them, hey, but if we send you, let's say we send you 5 appointments. If you were to go on 5 quality appointments, how many would you close? They'll say, oh, I'll close 2 out of 5.
Okay, and how much is a job worth to you? Job's worth, let's say 3K per job or per client. That means 3 times 2, that's 6. So that means, okay, if we get you 5 appointments, you're going to make $6,000 from that. And you're only paying us $200 or $500 total to make that 6K. Right? And that's how you need to break it down when you're doing pay per appointment. So this removes 85% of the risk. It's not as much as this, but I think it is a really good offer because you do get more commitment and you're going to start seeing more money coming in. Because even if you get them 5 appointments at $100 each, that you're making already $800 a month from that one client because they got the $300 deposit as well. And then after the 30 days, because you can just do this for a month or something, after the 30 days, then you go and you can do like a 1.5K a month retainer or something like that. Right? Something super simple. But basically, these are the offers that you want to go with. We can't go and do this because the perceived likelihood of achievement is extremely low because we don't have results. So we need to reverse engineer it and keep it all focused on actually getting them the results and making it performance based. So that is the offer. Now that we have the offer, now we move to the next part, which is attention. Because you could be the best painter, you could have the best offer in the world, but if nobody knows that you paint, nobody knows you exist, you're still going to be broke, right? So the different channels, we either have inbound and we have outbound. So inbound is the likes of paid ads, organic content. Now the pros of paid ads is higher lead quality, it's more automated, but cons is it usually takes, you want to have at least $1,000, $2,000 of upfront capital, which for most of you, if you're a beginner, it's also going to be more challenging, right? It's challenging. You got to know what you're doing, especially if you've never ran ads before, it's going to be tough. So that is the con of it. Now, so that's why I would always recommend outbound. This is all you need to do in the beginning. So like SMS, cold calling, email, DMs, you've probably heard of these. And if you've tried them before, you know that they can work, but a lot of times they don't work for people because they have the wrong process. So the pros of this is almost zero capital is needed, but the cons is it's harder to differentiate and you're kind of on the back foot. But this is exactly the whole point of my outreach system is that we need to differentiate ourselves because again, the barrier to entry with a social media marketing agency is so low. There's so many people offering it, selling these business owners. So we need to be able to differentiate ourselves and have someone when they get a call from us or they open our email, get our text message, get our DM, they're like, this person's different. And that's the entire goal of it. And by the way, again, if you have questions on this, just DM me on Instagram or want this Myra board. First of all, though, I'm gonna start with SMS. I'm literally gonna go break down every single one. I'm giving you guys way too much sauce, but super simple. For SMS, send them out a message. Hey, do you still take on roofs? Do you still take on more solar installs, or you stop doing that? They say yes. You say awesome. I've been helping a few solar installers add 2 to 3 jobs a month on a pay and results basis. Can I send you more info? So you see, we're helping a few niche, so customize it to the niche and then pay on a results basis, right? Because that's something important. Can I send you more info? They say yes. Boom, you just give them a call to the book. Like it's really that simple. A lot of this can be automated using Go High Level as well. In the start, you can even send them out from your personal phone as well if you're in the US, but it's like something super simple like that. And then I'd recommend split testing, but just like a super simple variation like that. It is kind of hard to differentiate with SMS just because of how many texts they get. It is a bit tougher, but like something like this is a proven formula. Now, second is cold calling. Now, this is my exact script right here. I actually went through this in my previous video, 2 videos ago, I believe. So if you want to watch that, feel free to go check that out after this. But basically, we have, hey, this is John, right? This is the opener right here. This is a pattern interrupt, meaning we're basically interrupting. Let me make this bigger. We're interrupting the pattern. So they're used to people calling them and saying, hey, my name's John. How's your day going? Awesome. I'm with XYZ company. Do you mind if I have a couple questions for you quick? And then they just hang up the phone, right? So we need to differentiate ourselves. So, hey, John, my name's Noah. And if I told you this was a cold call, would you want to punch me in the face? And 90 times out of 100, they're going to say, yeah, go ahead. Awesome. And then kind of laugh at them. So yeah, I'm working with 2 or 3 niche around your area. It's 2 or 3 roofers around your area. Been getting some pretty decent results lately, around 3 or 4 jobs a month, nothing crazy. Getting kind of downplaying it. We don't want to go out and say, hey, I've been helping I work with roofers in the US to get them an extra 3 to 5 jobs a month on a pay and results basis. That's what everyone says. You sound like a robot. So this is why we differentiate it. But to be honest, I've actually never worked with a roofer in your city, which is why I wanted to reach out. This is a This is, I can't think of the word, but it's when you talk down about yourself, it automatically builds more trust, right? So I've actually never worked with a roofer in your city, which is why I did want to reach out, right? So it's kind of, they're like, okay, this person's being upfront, they're being transparent. But I guess before I even go further, like, are you even able, looking to take on more jobs now? because we want to make sure that we're not going to get the objection, oh yeah, I'm too busy, I can't take on more jobs. We go and pre-handle this right here. Okay, sweet. Then you basically go into your pitch where you want to break it down into 3 pillars. So an example like targeting, we use a custom ad and we qualify them using AI. And the whole point is we're doing all this without a bunch of the garbage leads, because the lead quality is a big problem for a lot of people. And then we want to just kind of downplay it again. I guess, does that sound like something that's terrible, over exaggerate it? Or I guess, how does that sound? No, it sounds good. Okay, gotcha. I mean, which part do you like specifically? And then at this point, this is something not many people talk about. We get them to start selling themselves, right? They start telling us what they like about our process when we're the one reaching out to them. Okay, awesome. So after they tell you, yeah, I really like the AI targeting. Awesome. So let's do this. Let's set up a time to go through a bit more info and to put together a roadmap just to see if it even makes sense. Are you open to setting up a quick chat? Okay, cool. And then you just give them time to go book them in right there. Now, this is where a lot of people stop, and I know I'm going kind of quick through this. I want to make this kind of short and sweet. But after you book them in, because we need to make sure they show up as well, we're going to go and ask them a couple other questions to make sure that they remember us and they're actually going to show up to the call. We don't want all this to go to waste. So we're going to ask them, hey, by the way, what type of jobs you usually do? Like what's the average price of jobs you usually do? Just get them to remember us. And again, to keep opening up to us, they're going to remember us. Awesome. We'll start prepping for the call and doing some research on your market before then. We're saying this, doing some research on your market, even if you're not going to, just you can say that, because if they know that, okay, this guy is actually going to put in work before the call, they're not going to want to no show, because they know you're actually putting in work. And I recommend putting in research, like at least researching their area, their competitors and stuff like that. And then can you just double check that calendar invite came through? Literally get them to accept the calendar invite on the call. And then just like hype them up for the call. Basically, yeah, talk soon. Close it from there. And that's the exact cold call process right there. Now, what I will say is cold calling is a numbers game. So if you're watching this, I want you to do 100 calls per day minimum. And if you can do 100 calls per day, you're going to book 2 to 3 appointments a day. And it's literally that simple. If you go do one thing, just go take this offer, take this exact script, and go make 100 cold calls a day. And then I'll go through my entire sales process as well. So you wait to see that. But if you can go and do that, you're going to get 2-3 appointments a day. That's already, if you get two a day, that's 10 appointments a week. If you're closing at 10%, that's an extra client per week. Literally just by doing 100 calls a day, which will take 2 hours. So if you can do one thing, just do this. And then we have email. So basically super simple. This is the subject. Hey, quick question. This will get a really high open rate. Keep it really vague. You see, it's very, very concise, right? Nothing crazy. Hey, John, this is Noah. I saw you on Google Maps a second ago. Noticed all your reviews. So, hey, saw you on Google Maps. He knows where we're reaching out from. I've actually been working on a new way to leverage your reviews to get an extra 3 to 4 jobs a month, or you don't pay. Can I send you more info? And you see, we're not saying, hey, I do Facebook ads. We're making it sound like a unique mechanism, a new way to leverage your reviews. And then the dream outcome is getting more jobs, obviously. And then we have the risk reversal, or you don't pay. Okay? And then call to action, super simple. Can I send you more info? Not can we jump on a 20-minute Zoom call, right? Just ask, can I send you more info? And then you go and give them a call when they reply, or you go and send them your calendar after. But make it super easy for them to say yes. And then DMs, very similar to SMS. Hey, do you work in Chicago? Because the thing is, these people are going to see you in their inbox, and if it's something like, hey, John, this is Noah, I'm just reaching out, they're not even going to open it, right? It's just like the email. You need to have a super simple line to hook them in. So, hey, do you work in Chicago still? Yeah. Okay, awesome. I've been helping a few roofers add an extra 2 to 3 jobs a month on a pay and results basis. Do you mind if I shoot you over some more info? And again, keeping it pretty simple to say yes. Can I send you more info? And you see it's pretty similar to the SMS as well, because it's really the same thing. And you're going to notice that with a lot of these, we just have a pattern interrupt, and then we're differentiating ourselves with our unique mechanism. And you can for sure differentiate a bit more with the SMS or with the DMs, but really you don't need to overcomplicate it. But now that we have that, we have the offer, we have attention, we're booking 2 to 3 appointments every single day, because you're actually putting in the work. If you're just watching this video, you're not going to take action. Just click off, stop wasting your time. But this is for people who are actually going to take action. Lastly is conversion. So now we have them on our calendar. And the thing is, like, you can book 10 appointments a day, but if you can't convert, then you're just wasting your time. Now, it's not a complete waste of time, because you're getting more skilled at sales. You're getting reps in, which is good. But obviously, we want to convert some of those appointments, so you're actually seeing the results of your labor, and it's going to help keep motivating you to make more calls, do more outreach. So here's my sales process for beginners. Now, you guys have probably seen this in some of my other videos, but I basically condensed it a bit, so it's only the most key aspects for beginners. So this a lot of times you're going to get objectionless closes with this if you do it right. You don't need to be perfect with it, especially in the beginning, because our offer is so good, which is the other part. So number one, you're just gonna build rapport. Hey John, how's it going? Awesome. You can ask about the weather, just like whatever. Just show them you're a real person, but it should be 15 to 30 seconds max, no more. I actually no more than 1 to 2 minutes, like max. I would say that, but just do what feels natural. Frame. All right, awesome. So we're basically just kind of setting the expectation, what we're gonna go over on the call. So I always like to just get a bit of context on your business, and then obviously I'll kind of go through how everything works, like numbers, all that sort of stuff. And then we ask them, hey, is that cool with you? Get them to tell you, yeah, that sounds good. Because what you don't want to happen is you're going through your discovery, which is basically where we're getting data on their business, and they just tell you, oh, just get to the price, show me what you do. And especially as a beginner, a lot of you guys would fold because you're just not as confident, and we need to go through the actual process before we get into this. So get them to tell you, yeah, that sounds good, and then we can go into discovery. Now, discovery, this is 80% of the call, and this is why I don't even have objection handling on here, because if you do a proper discovery, again, it's 80% of the call, you don't need anything else because you pre-handle their objections. And again, the offer is so good, you don't really need to handle many objections as a beginner. But basically, the 5 things you want, and I'll give you questions on how to ask them for each, is current state. So this is basically right away, hey John, so how are you guys getting business right now? Okay, you're doing referrals. I guess how is that working? And then we're just digging into what they're currently doing, how many deals they're doing a month, how many clients are getting. Oh, you're doing 5 jobs a month. Okay, gotcha. So I know, John, you said you're doing right now just referrals and stuff. I guess what have you tried marketing wise in the past? Have you done Facebook ads before, Google? What have you done? And then you're getting them to tell us what have they done before. Because the whole point of this is we're trying to get them to tell us, oh, this is something I liked, this is something I didn't like. So when we go and pitch them, we're going to go pitch them exactly what they want to hear based on what they already told us they like and don't like. Then we're going to get their goal. So John, you said you're doing 5 jobs a month right now. I guess what's the actual goal? What do you want to be doing? Oh, I want to be doing 10. Okay, so we know the gap between where they are and where they want to be is 5 jobs per month. And then we can go and ask them, and John, by the way, how much is a job worth to you? Like, how much do you take home per job? Oh, I make like $3,000 profit per job. Gotcha. So you're looking to add an extra $15K per month to your business. Because then if you go and pitch them something that's $300 up front and to get them an extra $15K a month, right, that makes it a no-brainer. Then we get the problem. So I mean, John, you're doing like you're at like 5 jobs a month now, basically looking to double that. I guess what's been the struggle to actually doing that? Like why haven't you been able to hit 10 jobs a month? Oh, it's because I don't have enough leads, not enough leads, and this is the problem. And then you're just like taking notes like this throughout the call. So like they're doing 5 jobs a month, they want 10 jobs. A job to them is worth 3K. So basically they're missing out on 15,000 a month, and taking just simple notes like this, not enough leads. And then, okay, John, I mean, that sounds good, man. I guess for you, like getting to 10 jobs a month, I know you've been at 5 jobs for a little while now. I guess, is this something you are looking to ramp up and like get started as soon as possible to scale up the business? Or like, is this a priority for you? Or what's the timeline on this? And then get them to tell you, I'm looking to do this now. When they say they're looking to do it now, that's awesome because you just pre-handled the objection. Oh, I need to think about it. I want to take a week to go and decide, right? Because they literally told you they want to do it now. But this is the discovery. And if you do this properly, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. You're going to pre-handle pretty much all the objections, and it's going to make for a pretty awesome sales call on your end. Now, and the one thing I will say, don't be so caught up in the script. What kills a lot of beginner guys is they're just going through the script, reading question by question, and it sounds just like a robot. So if you do one thing, just know like, okay, these are the 5 things that I need, and I'm just going to ask whatever feels natural. The biggest tip I can give for discovery is just being curious. And this is what I tell all the guys that help out, is literally just be curious. And if you can do that, you're going to do well because it's going to be a real conversation. You don't want to have this surface level conversation where they just want to get off the call, or they want you to just go into what you do. Have a real conversation with them. After that, we're going to go into the pitch. So you're going to have a simple Miro board like this, really simple to make. Basically, literally just walking through a flow chart of your process, and you're just going to walk them through. So first we run this ad, we target it to motivated homeowners in your market who are actually looking to sell their home as soon as possible. From there, we actually get their contact information. We make sure this person's actually serious, and we're only bringing the most serious people in. From there, we send them to a thank you page, booking page, and then et cetera, et cetera. You just kind of go through your process. But I always like just doing something super simple like this rather than having a really big pitch deck, because the nice part is you can go as fast or as slow as you want. But what hurts a lot of beginners is I see these pitch decks and it's just too many words. It's like paragraphs upon paragraphs. And the second a prospect sees that, number one, they've probably been on calls where the person just walks through a pitch deck the entire time and it just is like, okay, this is just a sales call. So the second they see that, a lot of times they automatically position you like everyone else, and then you lose your authority, you lose your edge. So I just like a simple Miro board where it's all visuals and you can go pretty much on whatever like loop you want to go on. So if you need to talk about lead quality, then you can talk about lead quality because it's not in writing here. You just go based off your intuition. And this is for sure a skill. It's not terrible if you have a pitch deck, especially to start. But I always like something like this, something super simple. This is what I used to close deals when I started out. After that, we want to get a tie down. So, and this is a little more advanced stuff, but basically we want to make sure they feel really good about what we just showed them. And by the way, just to get a tie down as well, if you feel really good about this process, you want me to shoot it over to you, just DM me on Instagram, shoot me any questions. I'm always happy to help. But basically, we want to ask them, hey, how do you feel about everything I just showed you? Like, are you 100% confident that this can get you to your goal of doing 10 jobs a month? We want them to tell us, yes, I'm 100% confident. Then we know that they feel good about the process. They don't have any questions. Okay, awesome. Do you have any questions? Basically, we just want to make sure we're getting all the questions out of the way before we actually go into the pricing. After this, we're going to outline the next steps. So basically, next steps, we're just going to go through the payment, have our onboarding call, and we'll be good to go live within 5 to 7 days. Pretty simple and straightforward. Right? So telling them it's simple, straightforward, and we just reinforce that in their mind that it's really easy to get started. And the reason we do this before we drop the price is because after we drop the price, we want everything to be flushed out. We don't want them to have any questions after we drop the price. And of course, they will have questions a lot of times, but as much as we can do, we want to do that. So they're not thinking, oh, what happens next? We just tell them that before we drop the price. And then ask them again, any questions? No, they're all set. Good to go. Awesome. So basically to set up, build, and kind of launch everything I just showed you to get to 10 jobs a month, it's just going to be a $300 as a deposit and then $100 per qualified appointment. And then you're just silent. Don't say anything. Don't be like, so how does that sound? What questions do you have? Just be silent. Let them sit in it. And then as well, we put a time frame on it. So maybe we say in 30 days. So basically to set up, build, and launch everything, there's going to be 2 parts to it. One of which, the first part, is it's just gonna be a one-time deposit of literally just $300. Now, I don't actually profit any of that. That's just more for setting up the systems and using my softwares as well. And that's as like just getting a commitment. Does that make sense? Awesome. Basically, the other part is there's gonna be ad spend, which is gonna go directly to Facebook. For that, I'll recommend about $15-20 a day. Any questions on that? No. Okay. And I guess there is one more part in this case. And then really the only other part is it's literally just the only time I get paid is if I get you qualified appointments, and it's only $100 per qualified appointment. And then be silent. Then they're gonna start bringing stuff up. Maybe they're gonna say, okay. They're gonna have some once they talk, and you be like, okay, do you have any questions? What questions do you have? You're gonna go through all the questions, and a lot of times because the offer is so good, they won't have many objections. But if they say they need to think about it and stuff, if you went through this properly, then you know it's not a real objection because they said they are looking to do it now. So if they say, oh, it just sounds good, I just need to go think about it. Okay, no worries. And I mean, just on the process itself, just so I know where you're at, do you feel like 100% confident that this can actually help you get an extra 4 or 5 jobs a month? Yeah, I feel really good about it. Okay, awesome. So when you say you need to think about it, I guess, is it really just the price, just the investment? Gotcha. Okay. And then they probably have the money because it's literally $300 up front. Then you say, gotcha. So when it's the price, I mean, is it just you don't have the capital, or it's just kind of you're just, I guess is it something else? Like you're just a bit uncertain with the investment? Yeah, a bit uncertain. And then you just go, that'll be something else. But then you basically just want to hype them up. Yeah, just know, man, that's completely normal. It's normal to be uncertain. But that's also why I'm willing to do this, where I literally don't make money unless you make money. And then you just lean into your offer. With any objections you get with an offer like this as a beginner, you just lean into your offer. If they ask, oh, can I speak with other clients? Be like, I'll be honest, man, the reason I'm doing this offer where I'm not making any money until you do is because I want to show you the results firsthand and prove that I can actually get you the results. And a lot of people will tell you you want to lie about case studies, fake testimonials. No, you don't want to do any of that because people can see right through you. Just be upfront. This is why I have this really good offer, is because I'm trying to get experience. And if you can do that, I'm telling you, people are going to buy from you. After that, you just collect the payment. Make sure you get payment on the call. That's one thing. Otherwise, you're probably not going to hear from them. So send over whatever $300 deposit, even if it's $50. Just get something from them. Send the Stripe link, and I would just use Stripe payment processor. It's free, and then just book that onboarding call, which that's basically where we're just going to set up the ads manager and all that stuff. And I'm not going through that on this video because this was all just about getting your first client. But now, after watching this video, you have literally the entire roadmap that you need to go out and get your first client. And if you have any questions on this, just SMMA in general, or you want this exact My Reward, DM me on Instagram. Or if you do want to apply to work one-on-one with me, have me help literally set all this up for you, just with weekly calls, 24/7 access to me as well. You can also DM me on Instagram or book a call with me, and we can go through that as well. But other than that, I really do appreciate your time. I hope this was valuable. I want you to go out and actually take action on this. Again, set up your offer, make a no-brainer offer, get attention. If you're going to do one thing, just go start doing 100 cold calls a day. And then finally, follow the sales process to a T. I'm telling you, you're going to go get your first client within 2 to 3 days, just like Sam right here did. But anyways, see you in the next one. Go check the video out on the screen. Peace.